My prayer is that we should be patriotic. And that's the only way forward to change this country.
Patriots, I love Uganda. I serve Uganda. I sacrifice for Uganda. I'm loyal to Uganda. I love myself.
Patriotism evokes emotions of pride, of love, of commitment, of devotion, of sacrifice for your country.
You could capture that spirit when your situation is much easier. If you could only get 10% of that spirit, you would move mountains.
Patriotism is a program that was launched in 2009 by the President of the Republic of Uganda, His Excellency General Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, to inculcate norms and values in secondary school children. So this program is actually school-based, so the core implementers of this program actually are the directors of school, the head teachers, and the teachers, the patrons of ideological education, to inculcate these norms and values.
One of its real objectives was to develop the highest level of national consciousness. For the last 6-7 years, we have seen a practical responsibility of children singing the national anthem.
Oh, Uganda, the land that feeds us. So when you hear of feeding, what do you imagine? What do you imagine? Feeding. No. I mean the ordinary feeding. Yes, good. Hey, can you clap for her? Yes. You think about the mother. Oh, Uganda, the land, the mother that does what? And when you look at the way the mother feeds, where does the mother put the child? In the arms, isn't it? The mother doesn't put the child behind there and introduce the breast there. No. So we are looking at our motherland, Uganda, and we are looking at a mother who is feeding the child. Who are the children now? It's you and me. And we are feeding on our mother.
Our country's calling peace and friendship will we.
We have a number of things that we do. First of all, we conduct patriotism training for head teachers, teachers, and then for the children themselves.
It's our duty to make you convinced about yourselves and your country.
I know you came with different expectations, but I can assure you, by the time you go back, you'll have made friends. You'll want the course extended. Unfortunately, the budget will not permit that, but you'll have loved the training, you'll have benefited, and you'll go back better citizens.
And here we pass through them. Through different topics, but most especially to cover the history of this country, the geography of this country, the resources.
When you do physical exercise, you should be conscious that now I'm exercising this part of my body. Now I'm exercising to increase speed. Now I'm exercising to improve my flexibility. Now I am exercising to improve my stamina. Are you getting me? Digging is one single movement. You cannot term it like a real exercise.
Some people have invested in giving knowledge that also increases that self-hate. And that's my paper that I'm going to talk about. Some people go and plan, how do we make these Africans even hate themselves the more? And they come and push that way. And so our duty is to make you young Ugandans. You have no problem, by the way. When you don't care about Uganda, it's not your fault. It's our fault. So it's only when you go through ideological development that you begin to know that it's important to manage the world. Science is important. And science requires that you look for the truth. You start from the point of saying, things are there, I must endeavor to know them. And when you are endeavoring to know, please be in the habit of posing the 5 W's before you go to the H. And this big W should be normally at the end, because once you have been seeing what time did it take place, where did it take place, who was involved, what did it look like when it took place, then you say, why? When you answer why, then you know which decision to take. I will get the process of nation building is still unfinished. And we want to use you as agents to complete the job. Are we together? Yes, sir. Building Uganda. Oh, Uganda! Uganda! This is the of the Republic. Uganda! What about Liberia? Uganda! What about Southern Sudan? Uganda! This country is a superpower. Uganda! This country is a superpower. Uganda! This country is a superpower. Uganda! After you, Uganda! Do you know that?
And when this is done over time, it helps in inculcating these values in them, which now become voluntary. They are no longer forced.
Yes.
Now, the issue that you can't teach people patriotism is fundamentally flawed. It is wrong. When a person is born,
Yes.
you are not born loving, you are not born with this kind of, the behaviors, the social behaviors,
Yes.
the attitudes, the values. You're not born with them. These are inculcated through different institutions. The teachings of our parents, of our communities,
Yes.
through the different institutions of learning, even including religious institutions. So all these values are inculcated in a person over time, and no one is born with this, with that love.
There are voices there which say you can't teach patriotism. But we are saying that knowledge is a process of learning. You acquire knowledge through a process, and this is one of the processes. And it is enshrined, as you have been told, in the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, the supreme law that empowers and requires every citizen to be patriotic.
That patriotism can't be taught, but we are taught everything. We are taught everything, but it matters that I think we should start early. So my take on this is that we, the adults, the parents especially, let's begin right away at home. By the time the children come to school, they just pick up. they just pick up and everyone is embracing it. But the moment they miss a step and they catch up at a later time, maybe that is where the challenge is. So now it's about us, adult people, in the lives of our children.
We don't actually train these children to turn them into military men and women. According to the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda, Article 17, Section 2, it says it commands all able-bodied Ugandans to train militarily so that they can defend the territorial integrity of this country.
Now, how did you come to this when you're pregnant?
Madam.
How did you come to that when you're pregnant? You want to lie to me? I want to see this. Remove it. Put them down and then again. Don't want to.
Coke once.
Coke once.
We need to work hard to serve our people, to sacrifice for our people.
This time round, I thought we should have patriotism training for our new students, because some of the teachers have already been trained, and I saw a change in them. The way they were looking at things had changed. The way they were looking at work and development was different now.
And team discipline yields individual discipline. So as they are being told, right, turn, they all turn together.
Yes.
When you make a mistake, one person, then you realize you are not moving together with the team.
Show!
So by the time you finish the training, you have that discipline that in everything that you do, you must do it in conformity with the rest of the group. So one of the values of this basic military training is to instill physical fitness, discipline. But we also teach them skills at arms. We teach them how to unload the gun, load it, how to use it. We call it demystification of the gun. Why? Because in our history, in the history of this nation, the gun has been an instrument of terror. So we think that every Ugandan should get this training so that they are not terrorized by individuals who have the monopoly of weapons to meet that terrorism.
Release the trigger. Relax the trigger and pull again. Touch the magazine. Relax. Pull. Relax. Pull.
Right.
Cross safe.
Cross safe.
Cross safe. Catch.
But also again, this kind of training gives them that mental alertness which every person needs. Mental alertness as they wake you up very early, which you are not used to. You develop that alertness, mental alertness, to do your things in the right time, to do them in the right order, but also to think very fast.
Kulia geuka. Kulia geuka. Kulia geuka. Kulia geuka.
When your conscience is in charge, you have a sense of shame to do wrong things. From now onwards, whatever you do, your conscience controls you as it's supposed to be. You are free, yes, as long as your neighbor's freedom is also guaranteed. You are free to enjoy your freedom as long as you don't interfere with his or hers. Meaning what? That freedom is not free. That philosophy. Freedom is not what? It's not free. Altogether. And so, what does that mean? That as a country we must have a national service program where every able-bodied citizen goes for training and only waits for the D-Day.
Number 2, alors, wewe. Number 2, kama unakuja hapo, kuja na bila yako. Mekani hiyo. Tuko pamoja.
Finding solutions that pertains daily life. So that's one of the value of conduct this kind of training. Every country in this world conducts this program.
Life is about every end is the beginning of another phase.
Some of you, or even us, life begins and ends with you. What is your background?
Discipline, self-discipline is the biggest and the most important value for anything you want to do. Without discipline, whatever knowledge you have, whatever skills you have, whatever energy you have, without discipline, you will not go very far.
Sometimes people brought up in difficult but disciplined conditions make it in life more than those spoiled through affluence.
Discipline does not catch you like food. It must be deliberately learned about, thought about, and you must conscientiously know that it is for your own sake, self-discipline.
But what has now slowly killed these things? What has detribalized the way we look at things is modernization, globalization. And that one too has cost us because we no longer see the value of your language. The other one has
you know, the normally say that you either shoot the stars. If you fail, you land among the moon. So we promise that we are going to aim for the best. If it fails, at least we land on the better side.
For any nation to be able to survive, it needs to inculcate patriotism.
And we thank the President for this initiative because you cannot defend what you do not love. So the main message that we should love our country, Uganda, and defend it, and own it, and identify with it, is the message that we disseminate to the young girls that we have here in school.
Patriotism, because we are meant to be world changers. And if we are world changers, we must have a country at one time that is corruption free. We must have a country at one time that is not selfish. We want to have a country that before someone thinks of himself or herself, he has to think about, because we are Christians, you have to think of others.
I'm Winji Brandon, the head girl of Chuba Girls. Patriotism is the commitment and the love for our country.
We are students of Chuba Girls Secondary School. We are patriots.
My name is Usinje Flavia Chibraga, the president of Patriotism Chibraga Secondary School. The use of patriotism in schools is to raise the flag, to do community work, start the national anthems in school, and to teach about how to love your country and also
protecting its resources and making sure that they live in a good environment with other people.
For us as leaders of Uganda district, we greatly support patriotism in our schools and in the nation as a whole. For us, we encourage them because that is the way to go, because minus patriotism, the nation is dead.
Again, as we doing before, and also overseeing the end of this training program, which will make us proud, and especially as our gallant patriots from all over Uganda pass out today. So patriots, dear guests of honor, we are attended also by our RTC of Kampala, Mrs. Sarah Kampala is very big number, and they have also come to attend. See what the children are doing. We have of Kawembe, some leaders, we have also other dignitaries who have just come. Again, I want to reiterate that this parade is commanded by Warrant Officer Nene Juma. Dear Mr. Bona, this work you are doing, you are seeing quite
Rose Kakushire, a head teacher of Yeso Kwangara High School. I am a patriot and I'm proud to be a patriot.
So patriotism evokes emotions of pride, of love, of commitment, of devotion, of sacrifice for your country.
Patriotism concerns love for the nation. When you have love for the nation, you should have pride for it. And if there is anything you should be proud of, should be your nation. And that's what means patriotism.
It's about integrating the values into making you as a good person. The values in the Bible, the values in the Quran. Once we have them to be part and parcel of your life, you're going to be a better person.
Patriotism helps me to like myself, that is one. And if I like myself, that means I like my nation. And I like everything that is within, embedded in our country. So the same applies to the girls. When they like patriotism, that means they like oneself, and then they like their school. And in so doing, they have to like their country.
Sometimes we just learn the mistake and we really move forward. Let's suppose we stumbled once. But with this one, they know I have made a step, but I have caught up with the rest in the next step. That is the sign of many language that they can move away and come back together without hitting each other.
did.
When all the citizens have acquired the patriotic spirit, it increases their productive level. What do I mean? For instance, in this country, when you look at our people, our attitude towards work is really not good.
Yes.
People here work for 2 hours, 3 hours, and they are off there, they are getting.
So what we need is the patriotic dose to do work. That unless we become patriotic, maybe even the people who normally say government money is little, teachers saying so, religious leaders, there is no money that has been too much. And I want to assure you, men and women here, that we have much opportunity in this country. But opportunity goes to those who are prepared.
Are here. We all will be there. Let holistic education be a demand. Train heads, hearts and hands. Harness the youth with knowledge and skills. We shall have a prosperous Uganda.
Sitting and wishing does not make a man. Actions speak louder than words. Meant positively, act now and reach greater heights. Youth, listen to the tunes and cry aloud. Listen, listen. Be patriots. Make Vision 2040 your focal point. Make your talents alert like a soldier at watch. For our vision is like a drum. Boom, boom, boom. Sounding for a better change.
Shoot so high in the
clouds.
For this chance is yours. For you only reap what you sow. Now make a stand
and make Vision 2040 a reality.
All things are possible.
Now I can shout out in reverence. For my motherland is a fruit of wisdom, a land full of grace, developing fast at a low space. Hail, hail, my motherland, for God and my country.
Jambo sana, habari gani? Nzuri sana. Hakuna matata.
I'm Kofsi Dorothy, Kasha Girls 6 Arts, and the importance of patriotism in school is to promote norms and values in students.
Because we are the future generation of tomorrow. We are the future great Uganda of tomorrow. So when we look at patriotism in schools, it is more of it enlightening us about what we need to do as Ugandans, what we need to do for our country. For example, you can look at the love, to show each other love, to unite up as Uganda and do something that will make our country big in the future. And then it also tells us about the values of Uganda, how to promote it, because we are looking at a future generation of Ugandans that cooperate, that support the government and work with it. So I would like to say that patriotism is good because it teaches me what I'm supposed to be in future as a great Ugandan.
One of the reasons of this course, this patriotism course, is to strengthen your mind so that you have a different attitude to life. So that if you are thinking about yourself as an individual, if you are thinking about yourself as a member of that one family, if you are thinking about yourself as from that village, or from that district, or from that religion, or from that tribe, or from that grouping, you think yourself as a Ugandan, and you change your attitude towards country.
Patriotism is the act of loving one's nation.
A patriot is a person who loves and gives his or her wholeness to a country to support it in one way or the other.
Kati fenge somero Mbale Secondary School patriotism kati tubadde nayo emyaka egiwerako yatumu embrace the principles za patriotism. Kituyambye mu ngeri nti abayizi kati bavunanzibwa mu bintu bingi, bamanyi nti balina okukakalukana ne balyoka bafuna ekyokulya, voting baji respecting abamanyi nti aba leaders baabwe balina okuba elected, bakimanyi nti balina okwagala eggwanga lyabwe. Wewa kati ekyo kiba kitandika ne mu ssomero nga tonaba kwagala ggwanga lyo, weeyagala eggwe ng'omuntu gwe nannyini, then ozeeko maybe essomero lyo, then eggwanga lyo, ekitundu kyo. Awo kiba kikuyamba nti oba osobola kati tosobola kwonoona bintu, for example ebyessomero. Ekintu ekyo mu ba youth baffe kibadde tekibaliimu, naye kuba twatandika programu za patriotism tugenze mpolampola kati bawulira nti nabo eggwanga libasaamu ekitiibwa. Okay, libasaamu ekitiibwa. So because of that tusuubira nti jabujje worker force gye tugenda okubeera naye mu public service ne mu private sector bajja kuba bantu bavunaanyizibwa. Omuntu asaamu ekitiibwa mu mulimu gwe amanyi si okubba kubi bino ebintu bya ggwanga, kino ekintu kiteekamu.
Can you be born patriotic? No. This is something you will acquire later. If someone doesn't tell you about it, you will not know. Likewise, if someone doesn't tell you about God, you will not know that there is a God. You will be there pagan, worshipping the things that look weird to you. If a tree, if it got problems when it was a seedling and it bends and then it grows and you can't explain, then you'll worship it. If you come to a stone and...
My name is Asim Shamsa and I am a patriotic Ugandan.
So patriotism, we have come to learn one another and appreciate one another, hence making one solid Uganda. A group of Ugandans that love themselves, a group of Ugandans that foster for the development of East Africa. Because if we know one another as the same people, the Ugandans, the Kenyans and the Tanzanians will live together in harmony, we'll have a bigger market for our goods, even general development will be improved.
Okay, my name is Kajumba Angelica and I am patriotic. Patriotism is the strong love, desire and willingness a person is ready to do for his or her country.
We are patriotic.
I want to appeal to the youth to be patriotic. To be patriotic means you build first, and after building is when you think of eating. You build, then you think of spending. You spend less and you save more. So the time at task on meaningful and economical developmental activities should be a big emphasis on patriotism.
Uganda.
Good evening, my name is Patriotism Training and I'm in Senior 3. I joined Wanyange Girls in 2016 and the flag is a symbol to help us symbolize our country. For example, Uganda. Patriotism has helped in promoting teamwork, unity and many others.
So, this is Wanyange Girls Secondary School. I'm Bogere Sanoni Moses, the Director of Studies, as well as the patron Patriotism Club. Therefore, I'm very patriotic.
Could you realize that as they train together as teams and listen and execute instructions from instructors, they are building team discipline.
Left, right, swing higher. Yeah. Right, don't step, don't run, don't move from the line. Right, good.
The transformation of the mind is the contribution of an individual.
Africans who come from this generation or this geographical region called Uganda are supposed to be honest people. If I wrote a small sheet and I don't staple it, I tell one of the girls, take it to the head teacher. So we walk out of the class. As a teacher, I observe. They look left, they look right, and they read the note. I know you have read it. You see how laughing and even kneeling down. A test of honesty.
Thank you for bringing us on board. Some of us either have known it for the first time, either we have been reminded, either we have added on the knowledge that we had, but I must say we are out now as you flag us off back to our districts to do better than what we have been doing.
Many people out there think that patriotism is linked to parties. They think we are promoting the NRM party, which is not true. But after sensitizing them, after teaching them the elements of patriotism, they understand the ideology.
Previously, I always thought that patriotism was about politics and NRM and all that. But when I attended, I got to know better what my country is about. And I felt that the students that we're bringing up, the students that we are taking care of, need to know this information.
I really thought that it was greatly stressful, all about teaching us to be military women, yet we do not want. But yet, being a patriotism, being this patriotic program is very good. I've learned how Uganda can be used. I didn't know that my own hometown, Mhoima, had oil, but now that I know it had oil, I have hopes of my town becoming rich and Uganda becoming a developed country.
We are making all this consciously because we know that this country called Uganda has got the structure of leadership that we have no doubt in our minds that leadership at all capacities will have somebody in the breach of a human being.